Hi everybody, welcome to Bad Barry's Bar. Well, those of you that watched before, you know I'm Bad Barry and this is my bar, so welcome aboard. Good to see you all again. Well, today I want to tell you a little story about the desert, the old hot desert, and the legionnaires that live out there and work out there. Well, a new legionnaire is posted to the desert. You see, and he's in one of these outposts hundreds of miles from any town or anything. And of course, after he's been there a little while, he's saying, well, what do you do for a woman round here? And the other legionnaire said, no, buddy, no women round here. So he said, well, aren't there any Arab villages and some nice Arab girls? They said, no. So he said, well, what do you do when you want a bit of sex? They said, well, you've got a female camel, you know, that's the best you can get. He said, are you sure? They said, oh yeah, it's great, camel, just like the real thing, and it doesn't cost you anything. You don't have to take them to dinner or fuss them or buy them anything. He said, just enjoy it. So the guy thought, well, I don't know about this. Well, after he'd been out there a couple of weeks more, he's getting a bit desperate. So he thought, all right, I'll do it. So he goes out to the shed where the camels are, you see, and there's his camel. So, you know, takes his trousers down, you see, and gets on a little step ladder, goes to get stuck in, and this old camel turned around and bit him on the arm. Oh, that was it. Terrible. That finished him for the night. So the next night he thought, I've got to do this differently. So he went round, got his little stool there, and this time he put a nice load of hay in the manger for the camel, so the old camel could eat while this is going on. So same old thing, dropped his trousers, you see, got on the ladder, went to get stuck in, camel turned around again, bit him again. And he thought, this is ridiculous. So the third night he thought, right, I'll put the hay in the manger. This time I'll tie the camel's head down so he can eat, but he can't get me. So same old thing, put his stool there, took his trousers down, went to get started, and the old camel somehow twisted round and again bit him on the leg. He thought, this is getting crazy, I'm not getting anywhere. Well, the next day he's out on patrol, and as he's going through there's a mirage, and he hears this voice going, help, help. And he looks around, moves on, the voice gets louder, help, help. Eventually he sees this little black knob in the sand, and when he goes over to it, it's a girl's head. And she said, help me, help me. He said, what are you doing? She said, well, you know, I committed adultery and this is my punishment. They've buried me in the sand and left me to die. Please help me out. So he dug her out, and she said, thank you so much. I'll do anything for you, anything. He said, will you do anything for me? She said, yes. He said, look, will you hold this camel's head? I tell you what the guys will do, huh? Okay, well, a guy goes into the doctor's surgery, you see, and he's in the waiting room there, and he's sitting, there's another guy sitting next to him, and they get talking. And he said to the other guy, he said, what's your problem? The guy said, well, he said, it's a bit embarrassing, really. So he said, what do you mean embarrassing? He said, well, it's my private parts. He said, well, what's wrong with them? He said, I've got a red ring round my dick. The guy said, well, that's really funny. He said, I've got a green ring round mine. So the first guy said, well, listen, when I go in, we'll see what it is. So the first guy goes in, you've seen he's in there for a while, then he comes in, got a big smile on his face, happy. His friend said, what have you got wrong with you? He said, it's nothing. He said, it's nothing at all, nothing to worry about. So the other guy went in this, and the doctor examined him, and the doctor said, my goodness, he said, you've got gangrene. The guy said, gangrene? He said, the guy that just went in had a red ring and I've got a green one. He said his was fine. The doctor said, well, it's the difference between lipstick and gangrene. Okay, terrible. And I tell you, they get worse the more you listen to these. They get worse because I'm running out of the good ones. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope to see you all again. Remember, press the like button if you liked it. And if you want to make a comment, you're welcome. And if you want to send me a joke, you can send it to badbarrysbar@gmail.com. And I'll be very happy to, you know, relate it over the air. And if you want me to mention your name, I'll give you full credits. You're most welcome. If you like what you heard, hit the subscribe button. If you want to be on our list and get a little notification each time we send a new couple of jokes out. Well, thanks for watching, folks. Stay safe. Bye.